Hello, I am Julia from Transmissions of Light, and I am here to share the second written channel message for this month. I'm sorry I'm a little bit later getting it to you than usual. I usually would have done this around last Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the latest, but um, actually, the Beings of Absolute Light had asked me back in June to channel a PDF book of channeled messages for these times, specifically for these um, highly activated, very high frequency energy of ascension that we are in at this time to share with you all. And I really wanted that to be finished before I shared this message. And so it's actually that has been kind of holding me back from sharing while I just put together the final pieces of that and then the webpage where people can go if you are interested in that. So my apologies. I will say a few more words about that before sharing this week's message. But first, I want to remind you about the live channeled oracle card reading that the Beings of Absolute Light will be sharing for the Ascending Collective. And as I said, because I'm a little late with this message, that means that that is in just 2 days on Thursday, August the 28th, at the equivalent of 6:30 a.m. in ET or 11:30 a.m. in the UK. So if any of you are able to join us for that, I would love to see you there. And just a little bit more, as I said, about the intention behind the PDF book and why the Beings of Absolute Light wanted to share it at this time. They have basically said that this time from August 20th, which was ideally when everything was going to be ready by. But as you can see, I was running slightly behind schedule. But from August 20th through the next 10 to 14 months is going to be a very high frequency light time for us on the planet. And that while there are, of course, many higher dimensional beings of all kinds supporting us, ascended masters, galactics, the archangel are also extremely active on the planet at this time. They say supporting us in our ascension process. But the energy that they are bringing in, the more that we as light workers are able to really fine tune our physical vessels to be able to integrate and ground in more of that energy so that we also become beacons of that energy in Gaia and as such like a grounding presence in Gaia that helps to support that energy staying on the planet because we are holding that frequency within ourselves, then that is really going to support the work that the higher dimensional beings are doing and enable our ascension process as a collective to be more accelerated. So that is basically their intention behind sharing this PDF book of collected ascension messages for these times. And 12 beings or either masters or collectives stepped forward to share their messages. And the end of each message, there is a short light practice with a suggestion of what you can do to really help to integrate the light and to be that presence of love, light, and love light frequency in the world. As I said, it is now available on my website. The beings of Absolute Light are asking for an exchange of $22 for the PDF book for those of you who are interested. I will just let you know who has stepped forward to be a part of this and to share their messages for humanity at this time. We have the Palladians, Baba G, White Tara, the crystalline golden oceans of the country of Lemuria and the Lemurian water beings and peoples, Master Adama of Telos, the ascended mountains of Tibet, the ascended mountains Shasta, Fuji, and the Hawaiian mountain, whose pronunciation I should have checked, Kiauea. We then have Lord Buddha, the Divine Feminine Essence of Mary Magdalene Kuan Yin, Mary Mother of Yeshua, Metatron, Serapis Bey, and Yeshua. So those are the beings who have stepped forward to share their messages at the time. And as I said, it is available as a downloadable PDF book. When you purchase, you will be directed back to my website, where I haven't worked out how to put a downloadable PDF there for you. So I will be sending, for those who do purchase, the PDF to the email that you are registered on either PayPal or whatever method it is that you are using to purchase. So for if any reason you purchase and the PDF book doesn't land in your inbox within about 48 hours, then please do reach out to me. That should not be a problem, but just to put that out there. And then the main actual part of this was initially just having the channeled book of messages. And then as we were channeling these messages, the beings of absolute light and I got excited about what more we could do to actually support individuals at this time. So for those who want to, there is a kind of additional journey that you can step into. We're going to spend 2 weeks with each master. Well, approximately 2 weeks, they're saying. For some of them, they might request 3, they're saying. And we will have one live session with a replay at the start of that time and another live session, of course, with a replay at the end of that time. And in the first session, what we are actually going to do is be bringing through channeled messages from that particular master or collective for individuals who step forward to be part of that session. And then in the last well, we will also set our healing in the first session. We'll also set our healing intention for those 2 weeks, those 3 weeks, and just discuss how the light practice that is shared by that master or collective in the PDF book. And then in the last call at the end of the 2 or 3 weeks, when we come together, we will be sharing how the message from that particular master or collective and the light practice that they suggested we integrate, which we will be working with very consciously during those 2 to 3 weeks, how it has impacted us, how integrating it into our lives has helped us to make shifts and changes, and just sharing our insights and the ways that we have grown so that we can support each other in integrating to a still higher level. And I am very aware, just, from doing personal channeled message sessions and so forth, that particular individuals are sometimes just drawn to particular masters and maybe always want messages from the same master, or versus other people just like to put it out there that the message will be from anyone who wants to step in from them. So what I have done is set it up so that you can choose which of the master or collective months you would like, or 2 to 3 week sessions you would like to be involved in. Beginning with, just the choice of one master or collective, and they asking for an exchange of $33 for those 2 live sessions together. And that's not individual, that's the price for both of them. And then if you would like to purchase in advance for all 12, the exchange is $330. So all that information is also up there on my website. So I will put that link in the description below the box. And I really hope that the messages, whether you choose to step into the optional journey or not, that the messages that are shared in the PDF book itself and then the additional light practices are really going to be of a great support to you on your unique ascension path at this time. And for those of you who want to invite that further support in. And then I will go ahead and read this week's message, which is from the Ascended Crystals of Ascended Gaia. And they also, the crystals of Ascended Gaia, also wish to bring in an activation. So I'll just take us into a place of meditation first, where we can connect more deeply with our hearts and with our multidimensional aspects and bring through the activation before reading this week's message. So just inviting you to close your eyes. Turning the focus to the breath. First energy that is coming in is actually that of rose quartz. Healing places where we are not being unconditionally accepting and forgiving of self. And rose quartz wishes us to know that for us at the moment, that is the most important part of unconditional love, to be embodying that unconditional acceptance of self and others and unconditional forgiveness of self, and then as far as is possible, others. Various crystal points stepping forward with their ascension activations for us. And then the Lemurian energy also coming in to support us also. These energies are going to continue to support individuals for up to 6 to 8 weeks, they are saying too. Then I will go ahead and read the message, which actually, again, has lots of activations encoded in it, including one in which you need to look at the picture and say thank you 3 times. So I will screen share the picture, but if you want to, which is one made by AI that I found on Pixabay. But if you want to visit the website and look at the picture, it is there if you wish to do that instead. So the message is, it is we, it is us, the crystals of ascended Gaia. We are nothing short of delighted to connect with you at this time. We want to offer you a deep cellular level healing that will release a lot of that which is of the density of the old earth from your physical, mental, and emotional vessels. This is being done as you read or hear this message and will continue for up to 2 months. We also want to support you in aligning with the new energies coming into the planet at this time. Simply look at the picture and say thank you 3 times to activate this support. And then they also share just a couple of messages at the end here, saying our messages to you at this time are the following. Release thought forms of the old earth that do not serve Gaia's next highest timeline. This includes fearful thoughts or those generated in anger and or blame, resentment, and guilt. Be clear on what it is you want to experience and make sure that this is what you spend time envisioning at some point every day. Love the people you are with and honor them in their own journey without thinking that everyone needs to do the ascension process in the way that you are. Let people do their journey in their own time. Much will be accelerated for those who wake up on the planet from now. It is we, it is us, the crystals of ascended Gaia. So a powerful message, both in terms of the activation shared and then also some very clear points for us to be really working with at this time in order to align with that vibrational frequency of the new earth. So I do hope that that is of service and support to you at this time. As I said, I look forward to seeing those of you who are able to be on live or joining later on the replay for the channeled oracle card reading on Thursday, the 28th, at the equivalent of 6:30 a.m. in ET or 11:30 a.m. in the UK. And then wishing love and light blessings to you all and hoping that you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you so much, Julia.